There's a city tucked in the south of the Netherlands that feels like a secret worth keeping. Maastricht, where every street tells a story and every moment feels a little slower. It's a place of cobblestones, rivers, and quiet beauty that lingers long after you leave. Welcome to Maastricht and welcome to Fullstack Nomads, where every journey becomes an adventure worth sharing. Today I am heading to the southernmost city of the Netherlands, Maastricht. There's something peaceful about long train rides in Europe. The way the city slowly fades into open fields and rolling landscapes, you pass through little towns, stations that look frozen in time, and for a few hours, it's just you and the rhythm of the tracks. Maastricht sits right at the border with Belgium and Germany, a crossroad of cultures, languages, and stories. It's one of those places that feels both Dutch and not quite Dutch at the same time. After more than 3 hours, I finally arrived, and the first thing you notice is how different Maastricht feels compared to cities like Amsterdam or Rotterdam. It's one of the oldest cities in the Netherlands, dating all the way back to Roman times. The name Maastricht actually comes from Trajectum ad Mosum, which means crossing on the Meuse River, that same river that still flows right through the city today. Because of its location, Maastricht has seen empires, battles, revolutions, and all of that history somehow fits perfectly into its quiet, elegant streets. It's one of those rare places where the past isn't just preserved, it's lived. The city feels warm, layered, and alive. You see centuries of history sitting next to modern cafes, student life, and art. It's a small city, but it feels rich, like every corner hides a story. And after walking around for a while, we decided to grab something to eat. We found this cozy Indian restaurant in the middle of the city, and honestly, after hours on the train, it was the perfect spot. The food felt like home, warm, spicy, and comforting in the heart of the Netherlands. After lunch, we headed to one of the most beautiful places in Maastricht, the Basilica of Our Lady, also known as the Basilica of Our Lady Star of the Sea. It's one of the oldest churches in the Netherlands, dating back to the 11th century. From the moment you walk in, the world outside just fades away. Inside, people were quietly lighting candles, some in prayer, some in reflection. The light from the candles danced softly against the stone walls. There's also a small underground room beneath the basilica, a peaceful corner with seats where you can just sit in silence. As we walked further in, I couldn't help but be mesmerized by the structure, the high arcs, the ancient stone, and the quiet echo of footsteps. It felt less like a building and more like a piece of history you could walk through. Inside the main hall, there are several statues. One of the most striking is a statue of Jesus lying down, surrounded by soft light. Nearby, a series of banners and displays tell the story of this crucifixion, where and how it happened. You can feel the weight of history and faith in every detail. It's not just a church, it's an experience, quiet, emotional, and deeply human. After leaving the Basilica, we started walking toward the Maastricht town hall. The rain had just started to fall, the light, misty kind of rain that somehow makes all the streets even more beautiful. On the way, we passed by a few local shops, small boutiques, cafes, and souvenir stores. Even though some were closed because of the weather, the ones that were open had this cozy, welcoming vibe. There's something special about exploring a city when it's quiet. You get to see its real everyday rhythm. After a short walk, we reached the town hall, a grand old building standing right in the center of the square. Built in the 17th century, it's one of the Maastricht's most recognizable landmarks. In front of it, there's a bronze statue of a lady surrounded by street stalls selling small things, from crafts to flowers. Because of the rain, not every shop was open, but that somehow added to the charm. The wet cobblestones reflected the light, and everything looked like a scene from a painting. From there, we kept walking through the narrow cobblestone streets toward our next stop, the Vrijthof Square. The Vrijthof Square is one of the most famous squares in the Netherlands, surrounded by cafes, restaurants, and historic buildings that tell stories from centuries ago. It's been a gathering place since medieval times, where markets, festivals, and even parades took place. You can still feel that energy when you stand there. Our next destination was something really special, Dominicanen Bookstore. It's not just any bookstore, it's built inside a 13th century Dominican church. The moment you walk in, you're greeted by tall Gothic arcs, stained glass, and rows of books stretching up toward the ceiling. It's often called one of the most beautiful bookstores in the world, and honestly, it's easy to see why. There's even a small cafe inside where you can sit under centuries old stone vaults and read. It's quiet, magical, and feels like the perfect blend of history and creativity. After leaving the bookstore, we walked toward the Zekerwartier area, one of the quieter parts of Maastricht. There, on the wall of an old house, we found something fascinating, a historic water wheel connected to the wall, turning gently as the water from the Zeker River flowed beneath it. It's one of the oldest functioning water mills in the Netherlands, and it still powers a traditional bakery nearby. It felt like stepping right into a piece of living history. From there, we continued toward the Eye Bridge, the modern white bridge with a smooth half circle slope that crosses the River Maas. Standing there, you get a perfect view of both sides of the city, the old town on one side and the weak district on the other. We stayed on the bridge until sunset. The sky slowly turned golden and the water shimmered with the colors of the evening. Then, out of nowhere, flocks of birds started sweeping across the horizon, hundreds of them moving together like waves. It was one of those simple, perfect travel moments. As night fell, we wandered into the Wick district, the stylish heart of Maastricht's modern side. With its narrow streets, cozy cafes, and boutique shops, it felt warm and alive even after dark. And finally, after a long day of walking and exploring, we ended our journey at McDonald's, grabbing a quick meal before heading back. Maastricht was everything we imagined: charming, historic, and full of quiet surprises. A city that doesn't rush you, it invites you to slow down, look around, and feel at home. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more adventures right here on Fullstack Nomads.